Hi, folks. you are watching and listening to Zipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in sunny Southern California. That guy out there is
Matt Metris, traveling over a series of wires and tubes from Rochester, New York.
Not to mention he's in the shower. But anyway, Matt and I have actually been really pleasantly surprised with Casa Rica. Now take a look at this one, folks. This is good. This is the new trend in tequilas. Okay, it's new. It's called the Rosado.
Yeah, that doesn't say Reposado.
Yeah, not Reposado. It says Rosado. Okay, and technically it is a tequila blanco. What are they? We got no information from them at all. There's nothing on their website, so we're just going to go what's on the label. And it says Tequila Blanco, Juicy Crisp. What it says. I don't even, here's the thing. Oh, okay. So all my hints have come from the label. Okay, so here we go. Rosado, using juicy agave that has been ripened pink. Our naturally colorful Rosado has a tropical essence. Okay.
There's a lot going on there in that sentence.
There's a lot. Okay, first of all, we've already complained about the person who spelled Okie. He spelled it wrong. He spelled Smoky right. He spelled Okie wrong. Somebody should spell check, boys and girls. For those of you who are brand new copywriters and marketers who are working as Cub marketers and Cub copywriters, spell check is your friend. Okay, because this is. What you saw in the Reposado, that's unacceptable. That's not cool. All right. And this description here, a bit misleading, but you know what? Since we got no information, we're just going to break the seal right here on camera because we're just doing that. Matt received his while he was on vacation. In fact, if you want to follow Matt, you can follow him on his Instagram.
Where he traveled the American Southwest.
Beautiful pictures of the American Southwest. Just, by the way, gorgeous shots. I thought you were using an actual. You were using your Android for that?
Yes, sir.
What number Android are you using?
I have the S20.
Oh, the S20. Hey, just out of curiosity, does that thing have an earphone jack?
No.
Why not?
We don't use them anymore. I got the Bluetooth.
Okay, but see, the reason I ask is that I have mine's an S8. I'm nowhere near, I don't make the money that this guy makes. So mine still has an earphone jack, and the reason I ask is because I use, sometimes when I interview people, I'll use a wireless mic, but the wireless mic has to have something to adapt to get into, because my wireless mic has like a 60 feet range, which is nice because it's great when you do events like live events. So you can't really mic anybody up.
Well, I got this little thing. It's a little Bluetooth dongle that mimics the headphone jack, so I can use it on like the airplane. Like when you have to plug into the seat back to get that signal.
Okay.
So we might be able to rig something up that way.
Okay, I'll have to look into it. That's why I asked, because I know nothing about the newer fangled iPhones. But I will pour this into a Stossel Jarrito. I normally use my Stossel. I use the one. This one's from Mezcal. I think you're using the same one, right? Okay. This is an 80 proof tequila. Here's what's going on with the pink tequilas right now. The ones that we're seeing on the market that are coming on this year, and we have two reviews coming up in September. For those of you who may be watching us in November and want to backtrack, those two are the first two this year, only this year, that are aged in wine barrels. I'm going to say this is aged in a wine barrel, okay? But it's not telling us what kind of wine barrel. Again, minimal information. It's just telling us it's tropical and juicy. And they're alluding to the fact that it's pink because the agave was pink to begin with. We know that's not the case. Okay. So again, not everything is up to snuff where it comes. I know I like their logo and the packaging. Grammar sucks. Okay, all that stuff just not good.
I've never had pink tequila before, so this will be fun.
You never have?
Never have.
You're basically, this is your virgin flight?
It is. It is.
Check that out. Let's see if you can see. See how very light. Rosado does stand for pink. It
not definitely loses the color compared from the bottle, right? We get a lot from that label, yeah.
Yeah. So the label does influence a little bit of the color on the bottle, which is good. I mean, it's okay because it kind of, you know, your first look will probably be on a shelf somewhere, and you're gonna go, oh, what's that pink one? So yes, it is Rosado. It is not Rosa. It is not, you know, there's lots of brands out there that are coming out. Código has a Rosa. Asombroso was the first one to come out with a Rosa. Very well done. Drink it all day long if you want. And then we've had a couple more recently. One from Adam Levine of Maroon 5, who has one that's even deeper in color. And we have one more from Juan de Leon, and both of those you'll be able to see probably in September. I like the legs and tears are still good on this one. So, but it is more. I like that they chose Rosado because Rosado does mean pink as opposed to the Italian Rosa, or you know or even the spellings. I think one of them even. I think Asombroso actually spells theirs with a double S if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, which, you know, could be Italian. I don't know. Oh, hey, hello. Having had enough of these in the past couple of weeks now, in the past 10 days, I've had enough of this. I can tell you right off the bat in the nose that there's a slight pungency, and that's from the wine barrel. So I will say I can detect the wine grape barrel. I don't know what they're using. The other brands use they could be just Chardonnay. Some of them are using a blend of Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and one other one. I'm not a wine person, so I'm trying to remember just from memory.
Definitely a little more ethanol in this one compared to the other two.
Yeah, and we're using the Stasel Jarritos for
a little bit wider, yeah.
For mezcal. That usually we use these for a higher proof tequilas and mezcals. I was hoping to get more of the nose on this one as opposed to have it funneled up through a regular Stossel. Because again, we got no information. We don't know. We don't know what kind of barrel. These guys are using, the brands that we've tasted are using California wine barrels from either Napa or Sonoma. One of them is using the blend from Napa and Sonoma, and that does make a difference because people from Napa and people from Sonoma will tell you those are two different terroirs. So,
yeah. And if you're from Finger Lakes territory, then it's all over. It's none of
right. And I've been. I have been to the Finger Lakes, and I've enjoyed their beautiful wines up there. Near Skinny Atlas was the last one I was at. Beautiful wines in that area as well. But you're right, they're everywhere. They're the whole, you know. Yeah, the alcohol is much more pronounced, which is okay. I'm okay with it.
Not as much plant. There's a little bit of a little plant in there, but not a ton.
There's more grape character. There really is more right initially too. Now that it's opening up, it's kind of blooming a little bit more. But in the initial intake, I got that grape, that barrel grape that I've been getting that I got from the other two. That's why I recognize it. Oh yeah, it's there at the bottom too. I wish it would tell us what barrel, because I know. See, the reason I'm making a big deal out of this is because I know that wine people make a big, there's a difference between Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Merlot. That's the other one that they're using. And Merlot is a red wine. So to use those combinations that range from pink to red make a difference in the color and the flavor profile much like it does when we taste tequilas that are aged in virgin oak, French oak barrels versus, whiskey barrels versus, and even when we do mezcals from Oaxaca, they have different regions. So, the ones from Durango, we don't judge them next against the ones from Oaxaca because it's just two different regions. You just can't. You just don't do that.
You want to dive into this?
Yeah, let's dive in. Wow, that's good.
That starts off really fruity and sort of transitions into your mouth to a more traditional Blanco. I get a lot of that black pepper on the sides of my tongue. A lot of the plant comes later after the sort of sweetness wears off. It's a nice sort of juxtaposition between the two as it moves from one to the other.
Both the Reposado to me and this one are finishing dry. You notice that? What was dry? Bourbon dry. Bourbon finish. I think they're using. I'm assuming they're going to use. That's what the label says. As we've seen some of the misinformation on the label, but I'm going to go with bourbon barrels on the Repo. This one, I'm not sure, but it is finishing dry for me.
Yeah, it's got a dry mouthfeel too. You get some of that. I describe it a lot as like taking a tea bag and putting it on your tongue, right? And it sort of sucks the water away.
Right. It's astringent. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm not a wine guy, so I'm not sure if that would be one barrel they're using, a blend of barrels that they're using. Judging from the color and compared to what we've already had, Cali Rosa is the one that I'm going to refer to because that one they're using French oak barrels, and it's a blend of 3 different barrels with 3 different kinds of wine, and it's a much deeper red. Okay, it's a brassy, coppery red. Okay, I'm not getting that with this one, so I'm going to say they're using 1 barrel, but I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure if this will be Chardonnay. I don't want to go Merlot because then it would be darker. I would say it would be darker because a Merlot is a dark.
Is a dark, yeah. But Chardonnay might be too light. We might need something more on the red spectrum to get some of this pinkish color in there.
Yeah, I'm not a wine guy. You're behind the stick sometimes, so I don't know what kind of wines you carry locally.
Not very good ones.
Not very.
We're a tequila bar.
None. Okay, so he carries no wine at his tequila bar, his brother's tequila bar. I don't know, but I like the nose. I'm even getting hints of vanilla. It's really funny. Someone informed me that the barrels that Napa uses are traditionally French oak anyway. For Merlot, for wines. I would imagine they have to be because all the cooperages are too busy making whiskey and bourbon barrels for the whiskey and bourbon market. So where does a wine guy get his barrels? I guess he would get them from France, or you'd have to find a cooperage that makes virgin oak barrels for the wine market. Cooperage and barreling is not my forte, but I do want to know where this is coming from because I do live in California, and they have a very long history of winemaking here, illustrious and award-winning. But I'm getting. Is it opening up? Are you getting like hints of vanilla?
Yes, I am actually.
So I think they're using a French oak barrel, but it's coming up, and it's not an enhancement because I can tell. You just know on the nose. You don't have to use enhancements when you have French oak because French oak just lends itself. It just generously gives its oils and tannins to the tannins and the chocolate and the vanilla and this one I'm getting definite vanilla notes on this one.
Me too as well.
And it's very pleasant. It's nice. We don't even know how long they've been in the barrel.
That's true.
Got no information. We don't know if it's 3 months in the barrel, because if it's a red wine barrel, you would think that they don't have to let it rest too long.
Very long, yeah.
And even though you would think that, I think the character of the Blanco comes through. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's long enough to round out edges and influence the color. I really would like to know what kind of wine barrel. I do. Yeah.
I think this would make a really interesting cocktail too. I'm thinking about, after we get done here, I'm going to pour some with some Prosecco, maybe a little bit of like Saint Germain elderflower, a little splash of that, and do it over ice. A nice summery drink. Maybe some frozen strawberries chopped up in there would be perfect. That's where we're going. I don't have any frozen strawberries, but
I love it. I love this character. I wish I knew more.
Yeah.
By the way, if you read the label again, let's give you the ins and outs very quickly before we sign off here. This is coming from Destiladora Agave Azul. It is known 1424, as you can see back there on the label. We did nominate this as a Brand of Promise nominee in the packaging. I love their logo. I love their packaging. Their grammar, however, and their copy needs to be spell checked. And they will say on the label, they're going to say, using juicy agave that has been ripened pink. Our naturally colorful Rosado has a tropical essence. I didn't get tropicals because tropical is more refreshing to me. This is dry. This is more akin to a wine for me. Okay, but that's okay. That's all right. I mean,
the tropical. I'm thinking pineapple, mango.
Right.
It's not that. It's not this.
We didn't get any of that. No, you're getting grape fruit from the grape, the fruitiness of the grape. You're getting a color from the barrel. There's a dryness coming out of it as well. We got vanilla notes coming out of, I'm going to say, French oak. But I wish I knew what varietal the barrel was aging. Was it a Pinot Noir? Was it a Chardonnay? And Matt said Chardonnays are too light. This one has a definite pink Rosado color. It's light on the bottle. It's more pink because you've got the influence of the labeling, brightening the pink. It's not as pink, so it's a very light pink. I'm not going to say it's a Merlot because that would make it too dark and brassy. And I'm going to say it's one barrel only. I could be wrong, all right, but I doubt it. We've had several of these this year. I think it's a worthy Brand of Promise nominee. It's very well done, and because it's well done, Brand of Promise, I love that.
Talking about copy editing, right?
Right? Yeah, I know. No, but I like that Brando Promise, as in Marlon Brando. Anyway, I say because it's this good, it really deserves more information. Okay, that's where I'm going with that. So, what do we know on price point of this?
$45.
Right there in the ballpark with some of the other ones out there. I think Cali Rosa is a little bit more expensive, probably because it's a bit more. I'm going to say because it's a bit more labor intensive because they're blending barrels together. This one is only one barrel, but it's very well done. Congratulations to Casa Rica. I wish we knew more. But, if you folks have had it, if you're watching us on Instagram or you're watching us on YouTube, leave us a comment at the bottom. Tell us what you're doing with it. Matt's already going to go get creative with this when we're done. And matter of fact, do us a favor. If you do something with it, tag us and tag them.
I'll report back.
Yeah, because I really would like to. This is very creative. It lends itself to the creativity, and yet it has enough character to carry through. I would say probably more so than the Reposado. I think it's much more versatile than the Reposado. Not that the Repo wasn't as versatile, but I think this one really lends itself to the creativity and versatility that you were talking about. It's well done. It's a valid expression, folks. You're going to see a lot more of these. They're all going to be coming after Código, but the guys that started it first was Asombroso. But anyway, Costa Rica, it's valid. It's right up there. It really deserves to be looked at. But that's our take on Rosado, Costa Rica. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is
Matt Metrison, Rochester, New York.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. Yes, please subscribe. As Matt said, leave a comment. Yeah, hit the notification bell. Give us a like because it helps on the algorithm because, you know, the algorithm is everything. Our lives are run by the algorithm. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And you can follow Matt also on his Instagram with his beautiful pictures of his vacation, what he did on his summer vacation. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.